Have you ever wished you had a big sister to guide you through life's ups and downs? Well, girl, I'm here to be that sister for you today. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to introduce to you all today a new series, segment, whatever you want to call it, that we're going to do, and it's going to be called Big Sis Chris. So this will just be an entire series or a segment of videos that essentially is advice that you would get from your big sister, because every time I give my little sister advice and she tells it to her friends, they always say, like, I wish I had a big sister like you, or I wish I had someone who told me those things. And essentially, looking back, I wish I had a big sister that told me those same things too. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a segment called Big Sis Chris, so join me. Looking forward to it with you guys. Have you ever wished you had a big sister to guide you through life's ups and downs? Well, girl, I'm here to be that sister for you today. Let's talk about the advice that you need to hear to live your best life with no sugarcoating, just love. Growing up, I didn't really have someone that I could talk to for like honest advice, so I had to figure things out on my own. That's why I want to share with you what I've learned so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did in life. The goal of this video is to just honestly share heartfelt, actionable advice that every single woman can use in her life. The first piece of advice that I want to give to you all is stop waiting for permission to live your life or take action on your goals. You don't need someone to validate your dreams or your goals. Be strong, feel how you feel in your heart, and go forward with all you can. Go forward with all you can on that goal. You don't need validation from anyone else to live your life, live your best life, live your goals, live your dreams, no matter how big they may be. All you need is you. Be bold, trust your gut, and just go for it. I remember back in 2014, I had just had my youngest daughter Kaden in 2013, and I decided as soon as the year started, I'm going back to school. I had already completed my associate's degree, but I wanted to transfer to a university. So Kaden is not even 1 year old yet, because spring semester started in January. Kaden's birthday is in March. So everyone told me, like, don't go back to school right now. You have a little tiny baby. Braylon is just 2 years old, or 1.5 turning 2. You're working full time, you got a lot going on, like, now is not the right time. Had I listened to those people and like doubted myself the way that they were putting all of their doubts and worries and just limiting beliefs onto me, I would not have gotten my bachelor's degree from Texas Women's University. So I say all of that to say, like, don't let others make you doubt yourself. If you have a calling in your body to do something, if you feel like you have a dream, if you have a goal, anything that you want to do that you feel like you're being called to push forward with, trust your gut. Like, be bold, go against what other people are saying if it makes sense to you and you can rationalize it in your mind that I can do this. If you know without a shadow of a doubt in your mind that you can do this, you don't have to listen to what other people say. You may not even want to tell them your goals after they tell you all of the worries and doubts that they have for that one goal. So just do the thing that's scary. You don't need permission from nobody else. Take it from me. If I had listened to others, like I said, I wouldn't have gotten my degree. So I pushed forward anyway, went for my degree. When I went to sign up for my classes, the counselor at the time, or a student advisor that they assign you, which is like essentially a counselor in college, told me, oh, you're doing all these things, you're working full time, you have two small kids. I don't think that you're going to be able to take a normal workload. So this degree, which only had 2 years left to finish my bachelor's, because I came in with an associate's, was going to take me 5.5 years. No ma'am, no ham, no gravy. So I said, no ma'am, sign me up for the full workload. I don't care. I worked full time. I picked up a part-time job. I was doing surveys. I did everything that I had to do. I only received grants and scholarships. I applied for all the scholarships I could. I didn't have to pay out of pockets. And I mean that, like, take out student loans. Like, I worked full time and part time, like I said, so that I could pay for my own tuition, books, parking, gas, transportation, everything, so that I wouldn't have to take out student loans. So I graduated with my bachelor's degree debt free because I didn't listen to others. I gave myself permission to go out and live my dreams and meet my goals. And you should do the same, sis. So next thing that I'm gonna say is set boundaries without guilt. Okay? Set those boundaries, girl. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's necessary. Saying no doesn't mean you're mean. It means that you're valuing yourself and your time and your energy. For me, learning to set boundaries without guilt was, like I said, I'm going to school full-time. I'm working full-time. I'm taking care of my 2 young daughters. I'm literally at work from before the sun comes up and after the sun goes down. I'm working all the available hours that I can at my job. My kids, unfortunately, were at daycare for all the allowed hours that they were allowed to be there as well. So I had to learn to set boundaries without guilt. If I had friends that wanted to go out to the club or happy hour or anything like that, I had to say no. Sorry, I can't do that right now. I have other goals. I'm focused on other things. I had to set that boundary that I have tunnel vision on where I'm trying to be, and this doesn't align with that right now. And although I do want to spend time with my friends, maybe that means that they need to come over to my house and hang out with me while I'm reading a chapter or writing out a report for my class or studying, whatever it may be. And the friends that stuck around, the friends that stayed with me, they did just that. They respected those boundaries that I had, and I created those boundaries without guilt, and everything worked out just fine. So yes, set those boundaries and do not feel guilty about it. And enforce those boundaries. Make others respect those boundaries that you have by respecting them yourself, because you set them. The next thing that I'll say is love yourself first. Oh, I should have said this one first because this is the foundation of everything. Love yourself first. No one will ever love you more than you love yourself. I promise. No one. So learn to fill your own cup, whether that's through self-care, through learning new things, through embracing your hobbies, whatever that looks like for you. Learn to love yourself first. The reason that I say that I should have told this to you guys first is because it took me a long time to learn this. Oh my gosh, I hate to admit that, but it really took me way too long in life to learn to love myself first. If I don't fill my own cup, how do I have anything? That's what people fail to realize, right? Like, when you fill your own cup, the overflow is what other people get. And that's why they see you as such this big, great, grand person, because you filled your cup. And now the overflow that they get, they know that you have enough to give if there's overflow. Does that make sense? So you have to fill your own cup. And that's one thing that I learned a little bit later in life. But once I got there, there was honestly no turning back. I don't even know how I lived before I loved myself the biggest and the bestest and put myself first. So one thing that I like to do is, I ain't gonna lie, child, I make a list of things I love about myself. Yes, and I go through and I read it. I used to read it every single day when I was really working on uplifting myself and filling my cup and taking care of myself. And self-care is sometimes just talking to yourself nicely. Like, we can be so mean to ourselves in our minds. So self-care for me is writing out all the things I love about me. Oh, you have beautiful lips. Oh, you have beautiful almond eyes. I love how patient you are. I love how organized you are. Like, writing out all of the things that I love about myself. And when I first started this, I would read that back to myself every single day. And then that gradually turned into what is called mirror work. So yeah, I'm reading these things, but I need to be able to look myself in the eye, in the mirror, and affirm these things to myself. And oh, that is a task. I want you to let me know in the comments if you try it, because the first 2 times I tried it, tears down my eye, child. Looking at myself in the eye, like seeing myself and saying those words, was very heartfelt and emotional for me, because it's not often that we get that real with ourselves, when we look ourselves in the eye and really have those hard conversations. Like, just to look at yourself in the eye and say, I love you. Well, I promise you, get you an emotional response. So try it. Let me know in the comment if it works for you. But yes, one thing I love to do is make a list, read it back to myself, all the things I love about me. And if something randomly pops up in my mind, I'll pull up my phone, open my notes, and type in real quick that one thing I just found about that I loved about myself. Like, you were patient today with the woman at the store. I love that about you. And I'll put that in my notepad. And when I get down, or when I know I need a little refresher, up the ante for myself, go in and read that. Like, girl, you that girl, because you fill your own cup. You fill your own cup. Yes, so love yourself first, girl. The next piece of advice: failure is a part of success. Don't really see failures as failing. Don't fear failure. It's not the opposite of success, the staircase to it. It's the small steps that you need to take to get to that big goal that you're dreaming of, that you know is, up and leveling up. And so you have to go up that. Every failure that you're going to go through, I promise you, is going to teach you something that can help you get to that next step in life of where you're trying to go. So there's, like I said, been plenty of times in my life that I can tell you how I was a failure and didn't complete something. In graduate school, I took a course 3 summers in a row, you guys. Yes, I had to take this course 3 times. No, not 3 times, 2 summers in a row. So I had to basically retake a class, and it was the first time in my entire collegiate career, educational career, that I failed a class, that I failed a course, that I literally had a blemish on my perfect record. Fail your way forward. So I took the class. I thought I understood everything. There was not much homework. There was basically just major test grades. And so I would take the test and I would do okay. However, when it came time for the midterm and the final, is when I realized that those are weighted a little bit more heavy, and then it's a big accumulation of everything that you learn, so it's much more material. I did horrible. I did so bad that it brought my grade down to failing, and I was not able to do anything. The teacher did not offer any extra credit. There was no makeup assignments I could do. There was nothing, you guys. I had to take a failing grade, and it was the last course that I needed to complete my master's degree. So I only had 1 course left to take, and it was only offered in the fall. So it should have been that one. After I completed this summer class, I should have been taking that 1 class in the fall and then graduating in December. However, failing that class pushed my graduation date all the way back another year, because that class was only offered in the summer. So I couldn't even take it in the fall or the spring if I wanted to. There was also no other schools that had the equivalent, because this is a master's program, that I could just go to and take the class really quick. No. So it pushed my graduation date all the way back. However, the second time I took that class, I had all my notes from last time. I even got with a group of other students in that classroom. So we had us a little study group, and we would talk on GroupMe and schedule video chat calls with each other. We really studied hard, and I finished that class with a B. So I went from failing and made a very strong B. It could have been an A, but a B, and we'll take it, and ended up getting my degree. So fail your way forward. The way that I had thought had failed and knocked me back really prepared me for that next step, that I was going to be, okay, you're going to take this class again. You already have a foundation set of what you need to know. So now we're going to use that foundation and build on it. And that's exactly what I did. So fail your way forward, sis. Do not be afraid to fail. Don't fear failure. And my last piece of advice for this video, our very first one, is going to be mindful of who you surround yourself with. In reality, as much as we don't like to accept it, we are the sum of the 5 people that we hang around the most. So you may think like, oh, this is my childhood best friend. We played with Barbies together. We cut each other's hair, painted each other's toenails in kindergarten. And so I have to keep this person so close. No, you don't necessarily have to, and you're not obligated to, because remember, as I just mentioned a couple advices ago, we are pouring into our own cup and loving ourselves first. So that connection is secondary to the connection that you have with yourself. So we are prioritizing self. Surround yourself with the right people, and I promise you, you will start to see your life change. Surround yourself with the right people. Choose friends who inspire you and support you and are on the same journey as you, or on the same path, because all of our journeys look different, and we're all at different places in the journey. And just because it's not that person's winning season or their time to show all the things that they've accomplished, because maybe they're working on them behind the scenes, doesn't mean you need to like cut them off or not be friends with them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying surround yourself with the right people. If that person is working towards this and you're working towards this, y'all are headed in the right direction. But if you're working towards this and your friend is working towards something completely different, I mean, that it's going to cause friction, and it's going to pull you down. And again, we are the sum of the 5 closest people that we hang around and spend the most time with. So be selective. Choose who you spend your time with wisely. Time is the one thing that we're not getting back. We are not. What ended up working for me, as I was driving to work every single morning, I would find podcasts and groups on Facebook and stuff that I could listen to, like I said, as I drove to work, that aligned with where I was trying to go. So if you don't have those people yet, like, don't worry. Don't think like, oh, there's no way I can't be successful, I can't love myself because those people are not around me. That's not the case at all. You can find those people out in the virtual world. The internet has made our world so much bigger than what our parents and grandparents had access to. So go out and find those people, create your own community of like-minded individuals. But always remember that who you're choosing to hang around is going to matter in which trajectory your life has. You know, if you are hanging around people who are always doing illegal things, you don't think that the probability of you getting caught doing those illegal things or them getting caught doing those illegal things won't increase over time? Yes, it will. So take my advice, sis. Please take my advice and hang around the right people. Surround yourself with the right people. Inspire you. That's gonna support you. That's gonna let you know that they got your back like you got theirs. Like, surround yourself with the right people. If you remember anything from this, know that you are enough. Take that first step towards your dream and embrace it and hold on to it and look ahead towards your journey, because it's gonna be great. Always choose to love yourself unapologetically. So now I want you to comment below, what is one piece of advice that you wish that someone had shared with you sooner? I'm in my 30s and I know all kind of advice I would have given to myself in my 20s. So what's one thing that you wish someone gave you or shared with you? Share it in the comments below so we can all learn from each other and pass on that wisdom, pass on that knowledge, pass on that good character building, women empowerment. I hope this video felt like a chat with your big sis, because I'm Big Sis Chris and I'm always here to talk you through. I'm always here cheering you guys on. If you want more advice or inspiration or to check out how I live my life day to day, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and check out my website. Follow me on other social media sites. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next Big Sis Chris episode or series or whatever it is that we're calling this. We'll see. Last but not least, I just want to ask you guys to share this video with someone who you feel could use some sisterly advice today. I know we all know at least one person that needs that. So that's what I ask of you. Please just share the video with one person who would need some big sister advice today. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.